$1.7 was much more persuasive for a building than your architect was a month ago. Much more persuasive. Anyway, my water bill is getting out of sight. And you guys are taxing the poor people out of Heber with all this stuff. But anyway, I digress. Anyway, I just wanted to make a couple of comments about, you know, just because something doesn't work, you have to go to rebuild it. I'm of the impression, I'm of the conviction that if it grows or it breaks, then it should be taken care of almost 24/7. The city works 4 days a week. The other 3 days don't have a water leak, don't have a sewer break. But anyway, even if you were open on Friday, that's one more day that your fleet of trucks for public works would be available. And even if they worked on Saturday, that's 2 more days that you would have people to repair your trucks, so you don't need so many bays. And lo and behold, I was a nurse and I worked graveyard on the weekend. Guess what? People work graveyard. Most businesses that have large fleets of trucks, they repair them at night so that they're ready to go in the morning. And then the thing about the conference room, you don't schedule a conference during the lunch break in the lunch break room. And if you've got too many people to fit in, you have from 8 a.m. We're going to have a conference. We're going to have a meeting for those from 8 a.m. And then we'll be from N to Z the next hour. You need to make use of the facilities that you have. And the last time, they talked about a bathroom having to be built for the LGBT, right? That was what the architecture, I caught that when he was talking about bathrooms. I went to LDS Hospital yesterday for a conference. They have changed all of their bathrooms to a stick figure of a man with pants, a woman with a dress, and a handicap. They don't have great big bathrooms. And I don't think that you spend the money to build a bathroom. Can you remember in the notes that the architect talked about having to build a bathroom for the LGBT population? No, you just build. You go to the doctor's office, and they don't have men's and women's. You know, I think that I hope you don't have to have so many bathrooms that everybody's spending time in the bathroom and you go to the doctor if they have to go to the bathroom all day long. But anyway, there are ways that you can use the existing things that you have. I definitely believe that you need to cover the stuff. We need to spend the money to cover things. But it's always been a thorn in my side that the city only works 4 days a week. Even if you work 5 days a week, that's one extra day you've got mechanics working on your trucks. You may not have to build new bays if you stagger the work. Had somebody come in and work graveyard. Anyway, conference room, the bathroom, those 4 things. Yeah, and when you go into the public works, when you first go in, it's just kind of an open space. They used to have a couple of chairs there. You know, you could build the front of that out, and you really don't need to accommodate the public works. We come in and say, hey, I've got a water leak, and then you go home. You know, you don't really need a reception area and all that stuff, and entertain us and have a refreshment center and all that stuff. But I personally believe that they need to have facilities. But if we don't have the money to do it, like Councilman Claypool says, think outside of the box of things that you can do to maybe work around some of these problems that you have. And most people, as a nurse, I got pooped on and vomited on and all that stuff. And I went in and put a pajama top on. And it sounds like the public works, they get dirty and they shower there. Why don't they go home and shower? Hang their work pants in their locker, go home and take a shower like most of the other people do. I don't know what they do. I tried to get on the computer and look up the existing floor plan, and it has been taken down off of the web. You can't go in and look and see how many bathrooms you have. In that picture, there was 2 women in the picture. I don't know how many they have. So we've got a bathroom that is being served for 2 women. And then the other bathroom does 18 men. And if it was I don't know what they call those kind of bathrooms, or what are they called? They have a special name that anybody can go to. You go in, you lock the door, go to the bathroom. You've been going to the bathroom since the day you were born. I don't know why we're making it so complicated that we have to have it for this gender and this persuasion. You just go in, lock the door, do your business, and come back out. And so, do not get into this thing that you've got to cater to all of these different persuasions of the different sexes. Anyway, anyway, there was one more. I gotta think what it was. Let me write it down. Bathroom, the training room. I think maybe that was all. But anyway, think outside the box. This is not monopoly money that you are fighting with. You guys get up here and talk about $6 million here and $7 million. We're going to change the water rates. It's people's money. You need to. One time I went to a rough spot, and my kids and I sat down and wrote 6 pages of ways we could save money. At your budget meeting, did you go in there and say, well, I think we could save some money doing this or this, or was it all on, we need money to do this, we need money for that? Do you ever think about how can we possibly save money? How can we utilize our facilities better? How can we utilize our great big trucks better? Not by locking them up on Friday. You don't have to have as many trucks and lawnmowers for the cemetery if you're working throughout the whole week and not just well, on Thursday. Anyway, I'll be back. One of these days I'm going to be able to talk to you about what I really want to talk to you about. But anyway, just think outside the box. They do need these things. We're growing. But see if some of these things like the conference room, would it be cheaper to rent a place if they had everything all at once? I don't know. I'm glad I'm not the director.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
My name's Buck Buckton. I'm a resident here in Heber. I don't work in Heber. I work in Summit County. Just over the 4 years that I've been here, this community's grown significantly. And you can expect, especially in regards to the public safety building, which was absolutely ridiculous that they were working out of a school, being in law enforcement myself. But the same thing goes with public works. I don't work for the public works here. But I've seen their facility, and it's ridiculous what they have to work out. And with the community growing as much as it is, you have to build your facilities, whether it's public works, whether it's law enforcement, all this other things, you have to build with the way the community is growing. They can't catch up with the way the community is growing right now. They get complaints on a daily basis of things that the community and the citizens want done, but how are they supposed to do that when they don't have near the manpower to do it, and they don't have near the equipment to do it? You want them out there immediately to start plowing. Well, they get there, and then they've got to take an hour just to thaw everything out to get going. If people want their community to grow, and they want these things to benefit them, then I'm sorry, you're going to have to foot the bill. Yeah, you're going to have to tighten your belt a little bit and pay an extra 40 bucks a year, or extra 50 bucks a year, if you would like your needs met within the community. So if you don't want things like this to grow, then what you need to do is stop the community from growing. Don't allow all these homes to be built. Don't allow this other stuff, but that's not going to happen. So if you would like them to maintain at the level that we all expect, then I'm sorry, we're going to have to foot the bill for that. And if I have to pay an extra 50 or 60 bucks a month, hey, that's what I'm going to do because I chose to live here in this community. If you don't like it, go somewhere else. But you're going to run into the same thing. You're going to see these increases all the time because the community is growing. That's just the way it is. And so, having seen the building, having seen the way these guys have to work, the stuff they have to use, it's ridiculous. And I'm a citizen looking at it. These guys, you want them working more days, well, that's fine, but you have to pay them to work more and more hours. Mm-hmm. So, what balance are we gonna find there? Are we gonna make these guys work 6, 7 days a week? Because you still have to pay them for that. Or you hire more employees. So, if this community is going to continue to grow, you have to grow the people that take care of it. Law enforcement, they have to grow. They have to be able to work out of proper facilities. Public works, the amount of things these guys have to do, I mean, plowing's a secondary job. These guys all have other duties they have to take care of. So they plow, then they got to take care of their other duties. So some people seem to be under the impression these guys need to work 24 hours a day. They can't do that. They have other jobs, they have other things. And when the snow hits, that gets first priority, or these other, but they still have to take care of their other jobs. So, yeah, it sucks. We got to pay a little bit more for our water bill and things like that, but that's the way it is. If we don't want it, then the community needs to stop growing, but it's not. So, if the community is going to continue to grow, then we need to grow these areas that take care of the community. And Public Works takes care of everything in this community. When you need your sewers taken care of, water, all these other things taken care of, those are the guys you call. And if you want it done adequately, in a timely manner, you need to grow they need to grow with them. Another 10, 20 years, if it hasn't grown the way, if they haven't started this, there's no way they'll be able to do anything. There's no way they'll be able to take care of this community more near. And then the complaints are going to come in. Then people are going to be wondering, why can't they do this? Why isn't this getting done? Why isn't this getting done? Well, because we didn't grow with the community. We didn't grow with the people that are in this community. So I get it. We don't want to pay a little more in taxes, but sorry, that's just the way it goes with a growing community. If you don't want to do that, stop the community from growing. But if you can't stop that, then I'm sorry, but you have to grow these departments that take care of us. And that's what these guys do. They take care of us. They may work 4 days a week, but they're working all day long. And then they come in later and they plow. And then they have to take care of their other duties. If you would like more coverage during the week, then we got to hire more employees because they can't work 7 days a week. You have to pay them for that. And they can't do that. So, you got to find that balance. So, I appreciate you hearing me out, and I hope you guys take that stuff into consideration. But that's how I feel, and I would like to see if the community's going to grow, then the people that take care of the community have to grow with it, or won't be successful, and the community won't grow properly. Thank you.
My name is Jake Anderson, and I actually do work for the Public Works Department. And I'm just a simple man, but I look at the equipment that is currently outside in the elements and the time that we do take. When we do need a piece of equipment that is out there, I personally several times have spent an hour to an hour and a half just to get that piece of equipment going. If you look at things that way, that's money and time wasted versus having it in a shop where if you need it, you can go out there and start it and go do whatever emergency you're out going to do. Another thing I'd like to comment on is people complain that we work 4 days a week. What they don't see is we actually work 7 days a week. Because me, myself, I have been out the last few Thanksgiving days on water main breaks, sewer backups, Christmas. Everybody else is home enjoying their families. I'm gone for 9 hours keeping the roads clear. The public doesn't see that. That bothers me when people say they only work 4 days a week. We're actually a 24/7 group of guys. If they need something, somebody's there. I myself and to get called out whenever there's a problem, because, you know, it takes multiple guys to go do a water main break, or if somebody's water freezes up. The bad sewer backup takes multiple guys. And it just kills me that people don't understand that there's millions of dollars of equipment just sitting out in the elements, getting ruined. The life of them gets cut in half. That's money that you guys spend for us to use that we need, and it's not being properly cared for. So it's just a few things I have to say. Thanks.
Tracy Taylor, Heber City. I listened to your last meeting, the recording of your last meeting, and there were council people that were really adamant about getting the word out to the public of this public hearing and getting public input for this public hearing. And I would like to ask, where was this posted? I didn't see a posting. Did it go out with the water bill, like the newsletter? Did it go out? Where did you post it for this public hearing?
It was posted on Facebook. It was the front page of the Wasatch Wave yesterday. We tried getting it to a week before, but they postponed it because of the article that took precedence over it.
Okay.
We posted on the public notice meeting website. We put it on our website.
Okay, and then like on Facebook, it was on the Heber City page of, okay.
I saw that you posted it down on the Ask the
Yeah.
Wasatch Politics page.
I did today.
It was
I
2
tried.
days ago.
Pardon me?
I think I saw it a few days ago.
Oh, okay, good, because I didn't. So that was what I knew you guys wanted, a lot of public input, and boy, do we know what happens when people actually show up for a lot of public input. We fill up the senior center. So that's where I'm a little concerned with spending $8 million with a handful of citizens giving you their input. That's my concern of just more the process again than what we decide to do. I'm not saying our Public Works Department doesn't need a renovation or an addition. I'm not saying that. What I'm trying to caution the council about, though, is assuming our real estate market and our growth is just going to keep on booming forever and ever with no lulls, with no downturns. I mean, this is how we were thinking back in 2006 and 7. And we always thought, oh, construction is going to be twice as much if we wait. Boy, I'll tell you, we could have done a lot of projects in 2009 for half the price. So to say it's automatically going to increase in the future if we don't do it right now, we all hear that argument so much, and we just don't know what the market's going to do. And the last time the downturn in 2008-9, we're on 10-year cycles in general for real estate and growth. So we're now at 2017, maybe we have another year or two of good growth, hopefully, but we don't know when that next downturn is going to be. And so that's my concern as a taxpayer is, what's the plan? Have you had that discussion? What if there is a downturn? I mean, I appreciate people coming up here going, you know what? Well, if people don't want to pay taxes, too bad, you can move. They need to understand who they're talking about when they say something like that. They're talking about older folks on fixed incomes that were born and raised here, that can't live here now, and they're going to have to move. They're talking about Main Street merchants, the mom and pop places that we are desperately trying to, frequent, to keep them in business on Main Street. When you raise the utilities, when you increase the debt, you're burdening the mom and pop commercial buildings on Main Street, not just the new people coming in paying impact fees. And then I just want to caution you to say, what's plan B here? I mean, sure, if we keep getting impact fees for the next 10 years and we keep annexing like crazy and doubling the size of Heber, we'll pay for an $8 million building. So you're encouraging more annexation and you're encouraging more growth in the city. But then in the next meeting, you'll say, boy, we don't want to grow. We don't want to annex anymore. I just heard that 2 nights ago. So your policies on building a full-on $8 million public works building is actually encouraging growth in annexations in the future, because how else are you going to pay for this thing? So that's what I want to see, is a little bit more consideration of, okay, what happens if the market has a downturn? Interest rates are going to go up like crazy. At some point, they've been this low for 10 years. Well, they're going to have to go up. That's going to slow down new construction. That's going to slow down loans for new homes. New people moving in. It's going to slow down a lot of things. So not just if the market crashes, but if the interest rates go up, which everybody says they're going to do in the next couple of years. So I'd like, as a council, for you to talk about, okay, so what's the most prudent thing to do if there is, be on the side of caution. That's what the state legislature does. They put money in a rainy day fund for that downturn that they know is going to happen. Well, it's kind of the same thing. It's like, I'm a little concerned about being so bullish on doubling our debt after the public safety building, which, quite honestly, there is a beautiful conference room over there. How often is that getting used? Can't we have the public work guys go over there and use that state-of-the-art electronic system and all that bells and whistles we put in that conference center? Let them use that. It's sitting vacant half the time. But that's what I would like to hear the council talk a little bit more about, is not just do we spend $4 million or $8 million, but as the city manager said, how are we going to pay for it in the future? Well, it's great if we keep growing and the market's great. So that plan works great if that happens. What happens if we don't? What happens when we start losing Main Street merchants who can't pay their taxes? What happens then? What happens if we don't have new subdivisions because developers don't want to develop because the interest rates are at 7% again? I mean, those are discussions I hope we'll hear before you decide whether to spend $8 million. Thank you.
Anyone else like to share a few comments? Going once, twice. I'll call our public hearing to a close this time. What we have in front of the council, we divide this into 3 sections. The first part of it being is the council wants to submit an application to CIB. You make a motion either for or against. If that's for or against, and they'll decide where to go from that point.
Mayor, I need to understand a little bit more of this application to CIB. My inclination at this point is to, even though there's an increased cost, all of the things about the interest and the growth and everything else compels me to want to build what we need in the future. I know there'll be some more costs, but from what I asked, we got an answer, then they'll be paying if they come. If they don't come, we won't need them. If there's a downturn, maybe we can scramble and have a plan B and build the rest when it's cheaper. So my concern is, what do we go to CIB with? I'm not prepared personally to vote for an $8 million building. So I'm trying to understand if I can to go with CIB with what we need and decide to do. Is that got to be decided, or are we getting the cart before the horse? It seems only rational to go with the CIB. So if we go to them with an $8 billion building but decide to build a $4 million one, or to not do 2 phases but to do what we can do for $5 million, then what does that do to our application, Mark? I mean, what are we asking the CIB? Because I heard the mayor say we're not deciding even if we're going to do it. We're deciding to go to the CIB. So I would like to see a public hearing when we can give them more real numbers from what the CIB tells us. But I don't know if it works that way. That isn't quite how I think it's working. So
Brian hasn't told me. Let me take a stab at it, Brian, and please feel free to add. I think the thought is if you go to CIB and tell them this is what the project is and this is what funding you need and what interest rate and what grant funds we're requesting. They'll have a hearing either in March, April, or May and determine whether or not they'll support the funding request or make modifications to it. In June, they would approve that, but I think we could reduce our request at the time we go before the board and say, well, we want to change the scope of the work or borrow less money, or we could turn down any grant or loan that was offered if the council felt at some point in the future that it didn't make sense to continue down that road. Brian, any